Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, or folks, if you wish to be known that. This is the first round of a 1 vs 1 tourney, Swiss style, the PA seasonal opener from the Planetary Annihilation competition and esports. Here we have Superouman in orange versus Colin in green. I'm going to apologise in advance for this somewhat different resolution, but I'm having to cast in chrono-cam. And I've tried to block out all of the extra randomness, and I've also put it on double speed because there are time limits to these things. Right, so over here we have Colin doing a reasonably standard build. He got up 3 mechs earlier, getting out power gen as well. If I pop on my caps lock we can see what they're doing there. So he's planned an air factory there, going to get out some good scouting. He's getting out some more fabricators as well, and planned to do all of this mech. So he's got a lot of expansion there already planned. After that, he's got a fair bit of walking to do for any other expansion. Initially, I thought that the spawns were slightly dodgy, but Superouman probably has a little bit less in terms of walking space. Now, looking at Superouman's base, he's got a lot of eco up already. Again, apologies for having to run this at double speed, but given the fact that I am a tournament official and everything, I do need to be ready to be popping into my next game once this one is finished. So, we got all of this energy queued up from Superouman. He's also got a couple of bot factories now, one producing docks, one producing fabricators. His fabricators are already going around the planet, getting those mechs, so he's going to be getting a lot of eco very, very quickly indeed. Looking back over here, we can see a bot factory planned from Colin, getting a little bit closer as well, in terms of, you know, to base movement distance. So, in effect, I guess you could call this a proxy base, if you will. Other than that, looking at Colin's base once more, we've got docks scouting everywhere. What Colin appears to be doing is putting up a bot factory on sort of every little bit of expansion there, just to make sure that he can defend it reasonably well. He's got his commander doing a huge energy queue, and he's just put up a whole bunch of bot factories. That is probably as a result of scouting. Probably is there. Let's just toggle the screen view. There is the scout indeed. So of course in response to the scout he does want to be putting up some bot factories. A lot of defences being put up as well from likely Superouman here in his expansions. As he's got a lot of mechs, he's got a couple of fabricators going around getting all these mechs as well. So with any luck, he will be pretty well suited for a later game effort, because all of that greater economy is going to give him greater build power. Over here we see Colin already going for some T2 air. If he manages to succeed in getting that without it being scouted, interestingly, let's have a look at whether it is scouted. It is indeed scouted, so of course Superouman will be wanting to counter that, but if he can get that up and get some Hornets out, he'll be able to defend against ground assaults. Apologies for my sort of rushed cast of this, but because it is at double speed, it is a challenge for me. It's nothing I've ever done before. I've not casted at double speed. So what we can see is dogs streaming across from Superouman, getting ready to attack Colin here. I just saw a little bit of text from one of the players outside this recording window I have, because I am viewing it in chrono-cam, so the likelihood is this will probably pop out of the game briefly and I'll have to come back and reload the chrono-cam. But various things are happening out there, so that's basically why it's at a dodgy resolution, because I didn't want you, just in case there are spoilers of who got annihilated or how far through the game we are or what they're saying to each other, because of course that does still show through. Right, having a look around, we've got to see Colin moving his commander forward. He's going to be getting some mechs here, so he's going to be interestingly using that commander presence there to defend against any small raids. Potentially dodgy, given the fact that Superouman has raided him with a very large docks force there. Superouman, of course, has got a lot of docks elsewhere, and he's also got a lot of energy in his main spawn, so he's going to have a very viable economy for some T2 very soon indeed. We see docks raiding from Colin all the way around, and I'm afraid I'm just going to pause it here because the game has actually finished now, and I do need to report the wins. So I'll be right back. Right, we're back once more. I've got to make sure this gets over with reasonably quickly because, of course, the tournament's games are in a lull at the moment. Right, so what we can see at the moment is we can see a whole bunch of docks grouping up at various different locations from Superouman. Cola Collins still has his commander out front, rather interestingly indeed. Potentially not the best idea. But all the same, he's getting that eco up there. Constant eco expansion. However, we have docks raiding from Superouman in the back of his base, potentially damaging and not unfortunately going to take out this T2 air. But the gunships are coming out now from Colin. Can't quite get the name of the damn things. I'm going to pause so I can see the name of a gunship. Base flyer. There we are. I'm afraid I don't. I've never known the name of a gunship, as I've never used them or seen them used. But I do know. So we see further docks raids, but of course the gunships and the peregrines are flying around like nobody's business inside Colin's base. He's got a lot of air defense. Continuous harassment from Superouman up north for this huge bot factories section over here that Cola Colin has created and will likely be spamming out docks from constantly. There the docks lay dormant, but Cola Colin is doing a little bit of harassment with his air up here, with all of these base flyers, peregrines, and the odd hornet mixed in there as well, doing a lot of damage on these attack parties from Superouman, rather negating the effectiveness of that. We also have a couple of flat guns there from Colin, just to defend against Superouman's air, of which he has plenty now. Both players into T2 air, almost infallibly there. Neither yet going up for T2 bots. However, here we do see Cola Colin doing that. He is sending in more air here to try and take out these bots. Always good because he has the intel to do so he can respond to any threat almost instantaneously. Superouman moving up towards the north to defend against this huge bot push from Cola Colin here. Moving in. Of course it is at double speed. I apologise again for that. But the tournament is still ongoing. These bots streaming across there, going to potentially move in and do a fair bit of damage. Zooming out once more, we can see them definitely beginning to push in now. A lot of air bunched up here, phenomenal number of peregrines. Only a couple of hornets mixed in with that, however. I shouldn't wonder why we haven't seen even more T2 air factories. We do see more T2 bot factories, however. We'll see T2 slammers and potentially T2 economy as well. Laser turret pumped in by some walls there from Cola Colin to defend that. Of course, wall spam is allowed in this because, well, gentlemen's rules are obsolete, given the nature of the patch. But so much anti-air going up from Superouman, going to be able to defend a lot against Cola Colin. All of these docks is going to stream down now, going to put continual pressure on Superouman. But, of course, we'll see much of this region here get destroyed. Superouman, of course, continually building up. We haven't seen this yet, but he has expanded a lot around the North Pole. Cola Colin less so, because, of course, there is less room for expansion, but he has got this huge bot field up here. More air being produced. Lots and lots and lots of peregrines from both players to try and gain control of the skies. Superouman here has bunched up so many hornets, so many hornets, potentially going for a commander snipe, but he needs to avoid those peregrines at all costs, because the docks are there as well. But the defense, and Cola Colin we see building up a nuke here with T1 bots to assist. The commander is densely hidden in his base, just doing a few things to assist getting up the flak artillery, not artillery, sorry, anti-air. See a bit of fighting going on the front here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, with any luck, pop this back to regular play speed. Here we are, so we can keep up with it a little bit better. These docks are going to move in on all of this now, and they're going to be able to take out all of these stingers here. Mobile anti-air not often used. Not often used at all, but of course you use every asset available to you in a game like this. Hornets coming in, taking out whole swathes of those docks there, but the peregrines just swoop in and make light work of that hornet. Slammers standing sentry on Superouman's base now. Superouman, however, has got a lot of bot factories producing things. Hornet here doing some harassment, so they want to maybe scramble some air defences for that. In now come Cola Colin's air. Apologies, I've zoomed out quite a bit, but that's because of the window I'm recording in, of course, because I don't want to spoil anything for you around the outside. I believe that was a catapult, I think I just heard zooming around. But I'm just going to glance back while we see all of those docks doing things. We see a nuke coming in from Superouman. I didn't see this go up, but where is it going to hit? Looks like right in the heart of the base with all of that energy. The nuke is gone from chrono-cam. He no longer has the nuke advantage. Superouman, wow, getting up that nuke. I'm afraid I didn't see that, folks. I'm sorry, but as I say, all of this sort of fastness has sort of taken me by surprise. Along with the window size, I'm really not used to that. But Superouman going to be able to get up another nuke wherever the launcher is. Let me see if I can find it. Up here, assisted by so many T1 Fabbers. Already almost a second one completed. But we see Docs moving in here, standing sentry from chrono-cam. They're not moving in. They probably could have moved in and done a significant amount of damage had they actually moved in. They're moving in now. They're not going to be able to do all that much because they've got to get past so many laser defense turrets. And unfortunately, there are Docs defending as well. So they're going to be stopped by that, and they're going to be surrounded as well from flanking Docs from Superouman. But all of this air here is just Peregrines, and Peregrines can't do anything against ground. They're only there effective against air. It is now up to the time of Superouman to actually scout chrono-cam's commander. Let us do that as well, actually. But chrono-cam getting up some T2 bot factories all over the place. I'm afraid I can't find his commander at the moment. But it definitely looks as though Superouman has the upper hand here. He's got so many Docs streaming in through the rear now, taking out all of this expansion from chrono-cam. Just swooping around to attempt to find chrono-cam's commander. He's sat out here preparing for all of this anti-air, but of course a lack of scouting indicates that he doesn't know that Superouman was in fact going for Docs and not really such a big air push, but of course he does have the Hornets there. So that's probably where the whole anti-air business came in. But the nuke now going to take out these T2 factories, and that is really going to dampen chrono-cam's spirits because he will not be able to produce Peregrines. There it goes. So most of Colin's original spawn is now gone. Orbital launcher coming up from Superouman. He might be able to get some additional radar coverage from that if he manages to complete it. We might see these Hornets mobilize as well very shortly because we've got so many here from Superouman that we can just see whole swathes of units across the map now. chrono-cam desperately trying to bring in some Docs. They're going to take out this single file stream from Superouman. How far into the base they're going to get, I'm not entirely sure. Zooming out quickly again, we see a massive air offensive now going for the scout to try and find chrono-cam's commander. Could this be the end of the game? We see lots of Hornets following them, so this is definitely the final end game scouting, but they see a lot of anti-air. The flak cannons are just going to eat that up instantly. chrono-cam takes out his own commander by the look of it before the Hornets got a chance to get in and claim their victory and glory. chrono-cam was not going to be taken alive and thus suicided. Let us have a quick look at whether that was indeed the case. So back we go. We see all of these there. chrono-cam will have seen all of that Air Force coming in there, all of those hummingbirds. He sees those, he knows, oh dear, there's going to be a whole bunch of Hornets following that. I'm going to kill myself. And that of course was where the GG was called earlier. chrono-cam conceding this game against Superouman. Congratulations to Superouman and commiserations to chrono-cam. That is only round 1 of the Swiss-style tournament. Neither player are knocked out. They only get point rewards. Thanks for watching, folks. Again, I apologise for the rather sporadic nature of this cast. I hope I managed to get everything across to you all right. But do let me know in the comments what you thought, what you'd like to see me improve on, or what, because you know, I'm not. This is something new I haven't done before. I haven't done in a small window, and I haven't done at double speed. Hopefully, future casts I won't need to do at double speed, but of course I did lose connection originally, and therefore had to make up the time for the tournament. So thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to pop in any comments you have, and I will be back shortly. Thanks again for watching, and as always, have a nice day.